Oh, did we go over there? Yeah, just talk into the mic.
We've used the microphone before.
Yeah, you guys have used the microphone a lot. The only difference in this room is that the gates are set up pretty tightly, so they close pretty quick when you aren't speaking loud, or if you get over here or something like that, it disappears real quick.
We have guests that like to drift away from the mic.
Sure.
And kick their feet up and sit back in the chair, and we're like, bro, we cannot hear you.
I did it a couple times. Let me go.
But now it's on video.
That
You're
too.
seeing all your junk and everything.
All right, it's the first half of the Dudes Like Us podcast. It's April 7th, 2026. We have some wonderful guests I want to introduce in just a few seconds here. What say you guys? Everything going well?
Everything's good.
Going well.
Chuck, you doing all right over there?
Yeah, except I almost got run over by a couple of assholes on the way over here.
We were saying the same thing about you.
Do not play chicken with a 2006 Jetta. You will lose.
Mine is not worth that much more than yours.
But it was kind of scary because we got narrow residential roads here, and the cars are, when they're parked on both sides of the lane, you're kind of zigzagging through.
Try driving a bus through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's racing home.
True.
He's racing home. We're coming here to the podcast.
And you were at a stop.
I was not at a stop.
You're
Anyway,
at a stop.
so here I come, right? I'm going through the cars that are all parked. Everybody parks on the street, right? Because,
I hate that, by the way.
Because their expensive stuff is on the street and all their shit's in the garage, right? So anyway, I'm weaving through the cars, and here comes this truck hauling ass, and I'm like, dude, I'm not moving. He's going to move, or we're going to barely squeeze by. And I'm like, hey, it's Chuck. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fresh. It's a fresh wound. We're getting over it. All right, guys, welcome to
So what happened? Did you run him over, or just kind of...
No, we just did this whole,
That'd be the other way
we
around.
did the mirror clip,
Oh, yeah.
Little
kiss with the side
Yeah, absolutely.
I was about to give him the bird, and then I saw it was Chuck, and I was like, hey. I would not have given him the bird, but it was just kind of funny. It was one of those little moments where you're like, God, this guy's driving aggressive. Did you know it was us?
When I saw two people in the vehicle, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's a black. What? And then I looked in the rearview mirror. I'm like, shit, that was them.
Yeah. Bring it.
No wonder.
No wonder
they probably saw me and did it on purpose.
We've got one rule. One rule.
No. Have you guys ever had...
Sean breaks it all the time.
I do.
Have you ever had a road rage incident where, like, you're super pissed off and then you pull up next to the person and it's a super fine blonde and it totally defuses you. You're like, hey...
How's it going?
How's it going? No? Just me?
Just you.
All right, for our listeners out there, Dudes Like Us podcast, you can check us out on Instagram, Facebook. We're posting shorts on YouTube, TikTok. What are the other ones?
Let's see. Instagram. You said Instagram.
We're on Spotify.
Are we doing OnlyFans yet?
No, we've talked about it.
Yet?
Yeah. OnlyFans gets a bad rap because there's a bunch of naked ladies on there. But you know what? I hear that if we put a camera under the table and we focus on our feet, hey, man, we can have Dudes Like Us podcast for feet pics. There could be some influence on that. I don't know.
Didn't it start out? It started out as non-sexual. It was artists and it was people, and then those people moved to another platform when it became known as the sexual.
All right, Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
I'm Jared.
I'm Vaughn.
Welcome to the podcast, guys. That was a little delayed. We usually get that going a little bit sooner here. So we have our two guests. I got before we start pounding you guys with questions and getting into it, I want to bring up a little bit of history I have personal with you guys. I just want to, first of all, say thank you for coming on because this is great. You guys were instrumental with kind of my relief up there at Filtered. There's so much going on, and Filtered has a history of ownerships and management there, and I've been congruent through the whole thing, just sifting through all the garbage. And
you are referring to a coffee shop,
the coffee shop in downtown McKinney that is now owned by a gentleman. I forget his name, but he's a wonderful young man, and he's doing a great job up there.
Okay, good.
He's changed a couple things that I built up there. I was kind of salty about that, but you know what? Everyone's got to put their name on things.
He took down the Star Wars stuff?
No, I went up there and reclaimed that. There's that Star Wars stuff in the back. Because you've seen the Star Wars stuff, like the little Falcon?
Of course.
I had to go up there and procure that
it's
stuff.
It's yours, so you should have it.
That stuff goes with me, guys. But you know what? So when we were first opening up Filtered, we went through the construction phases, and I look out the door, and here's this tall black guy on the Segway with striped socks pulled up to his freaking kneecaps.
That's right.
going down Louisiana the wrong way, and I was kind of like, all right,
It's a sidewalk.
what's this guy? What's he doing over
Are you
here?
on the street?
No, I just stopped what I was doing. I didn't care what was going on. I was like, all my attention was undivided. I went out to that window. I was like, what is this guy doing? He just went down the street. And what were you doing, by the way?
I was just cruising. I was just checking out the downtown area because there's a lot to do. So I want to see my neighborhood.
On a Segway.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Interesting. No, those are cool.
I mean, if I had one, I probably would. But
Yeah, but it was one of those little mini ones that only kind of went up to your knees. It wasn't like the big, huge.
Oh,
yeah, it wasn't like the ones the police wear that have the little side
mall-
saddles.
the mall cop?
Yeah, it
Yeah, the
wasn't one
mall
of those.
cop.
Do they allow those anymore? Are you allowed a Segway?
You're not allowed to do anything with
Wheels.
powered.
Got it.
So
Unless
Wait,
it's a-
what does that mean? You're not allowed to?
they don't want you to use like segways or powered skateboards or powered scooters or electric things like that.
Bikes. and
Oh,
stuff
in
like that.
downtown.
Yeah,
McKinney.
they placed an ordinance,
Interesting.
so you no longer can do that.
I
Well,
think
and
that's a
they're
good
just now
thing.
becoming more and more popular.
Exactly. It's like take all the fun away when you can.
Right.
Like who needs fun? Take it away.
Now, is it just in the downtown area or is it all?
It's just the
beginning?
downtown square area, but I also noticed some of the bike trails and some of the other paths they're not allowing those electric things because more people are getting those electric bikes, and they go like 35.
Oh, yeah.
That's
miles,
the problem.
miles an hour.
People don't use common sense.
Well, I
Yeah.
deal with them when I'm riding my school bus in these neighborhoods. There's one over in Little Elm that I go to, and there's like a little gang
Mhm.
of 12, 13-year-old boys. There's like 5 or 6 of them in there, and they don't look.
Nope.
They're not wearing helmets or
Nope.
anything, and they're going, and they don't look at all.
Yeah.
That's,
on the
that's how
cross
some of these
streets.
accidents happen.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, something's going to happen one of these
They
days.
have a bicycle mentality with motorcycle power.
Yes. Yeah.
So what
Yeah,
is it that
I
you-
see them a lot. I see kids going to and from school with these things. Yeah.
I was just curious, Sean, what was your thing? Was it the socks? Was it the Segway? What was the made you
It was
kinda
the
stop?
ensemble. Just the whole ensemble just caught me off guard.
I think I was also wearing a ref's shirt.
Yes.
A
That
ref's
was
shirt.
also,
Yeah.
I was kind of like, this is the wackiest thing I've seen in quite some time.
I got to
And
know this guy.
I knew there was something to it, but I kind of watched him go down there, and I was like, okay, just kind of kept what I'm doing. I don't recall what part of the if we were already open for business at that time or we were still building it out, but it was just funny. So, I saw you, and then I met you. I figured out where you're from,
Yeah.
the Comedy Arena, and we tried to work together. I tell you, I was so impressed by you as a person, because I try to wheel and deal, because you have to when you're first starting out a business. You got to grab everything you can to try to make it work.
Yeah.
And you got to lean on other people, and you got to reciprocate that with your neighbors, and you got to do the best you can to make it work. And these guys came through. Vaughn came over, and he was so eloquent. Had his notepad, very nice writing, and it almost irritated me because he's got these little lines and these little checklists, and when he was done with them, he put like a long line all the way across it.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
done.
like, you fucking show off, you fucking show
He's
off.
showing you up.
I got a list, the same list, and I've got like 20 items, and I got a line crossed here, down there. It's all over the place. This is all in order and nicely printed.
Yeah, it was done.
Kudos to you.
When it's done, you
That's-
marked it off.
OCD for sure. More
Well, if
coffee.
you only put 3 things on your to-do
Organized.
list, it's easier to check them off.
Yeah, so put less thing on your list, Sean.
You see,
Yeah.
Or put
It's true.
things you know you can take care of, like go to the bathroom. Done.
Yeah.
Dude, like Paul does, he does it. Then he writes it to the list so he can scratch
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's
I
very
do.
Proactive.
It makes you feel extremely
A
productive.
retro to-do list.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes. It's all about feeling productive.
Anyways,
Cool.
I got to know you guys a little bit, and then your wife, we started working out this deal. We did some open mic, but at the end of it, you guys have a comedy arena location right there in downtown McKinney.
Yes.
And I bring it up with some of my friends, and we talk about what is this? Is it like a Funny Bone where you have these comedians come in and talk? I was like, well, they have that. But the only thing I can really kind of compare it to, and I hope it doesn't offend you, is kind of like this improv. Whose line is it, anyways? But they do so much more. It's very audience participation. It can be. If you don't want to, you just go, leave me alone. Or it can be. And if they give you any kind of shit or something like that, then you kind of purposely hey, you're going to get the attention now. Did you guys get one of those spotlights so you can put it on people
we
yet?
do, but it works only if you're like in the back row.
Yeah.
The spotlight only has so much throw when it's really a lamp. So
That's funny.
Or
Well,
flashlight.
So, do you do a bit of everything, or is it more like what Sean's describing, where it's more like an improv kind of the same kind of program, or do you not have stand up?
No, we have it all. I mean, we can go to one night, and one night you can see stand up and improv and sketch or storytelling or magic. Like it's a
Nice.
smorgasbord of comedy, really,
Okay.
depending on what night you go and what you're checking out.
And who's listening? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And rarely will you ever see the same thing twice. I mean, even our stand-up shows, even when we bring in, outside comics from New York, LA, Chicago, wherever, usually their shows even somehow.
From year to year, they're a little bit different.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was cool. _ cool. You guys go out there, high energy, the ref shirts on, contest style, 2 groups of comedians up there just jumping up and down, full of energy, just to get the ball rolling. And I tell you, it's addicting. And the only thing I really feel bad about is the lack of attention that I have given going back out there. It's kind of out of sight, out of mind, because we currently, we're not at Filtered anymore. And frankly, even at Filtered, we had so many hats we were wearing, and we didn't have time to. But I regret not going out there much. But the good news is you guys are still there.
We are. We just celebrated our 9th year.
Wow.
Ninth year.
amazing.
Very nice.
So did you two did this come naturally to you guys, just getting up on stage and doing whatever, or like myself, I don't think I personally have a personality to be able to get up there and do anything improv or anything like that, but I admire the folks who do. Did it come naturally to both you guys, or did you have to?
Well,
I think
we both have different paths of how we ended up on stage. Jared has more background in taking drama in school and things. I've never took a drama class in my entire life until I was in my 30s. So, and for me, it was like, oh man, I'm going through a divorce. That's not funny. How do I get some levity in my life? So I started going to comedy clubs, and I was like, oh, I can do that.
I mean, some divorces are funny, right? Come on.
Not really.
I don't know. I've had yet to hear a funny divorce. But from doing that, I started hanging out in comedy clubs. I was the door guy at the Addison Improv for many years back in the 90s. And then after being in that environment for so long, I was like, oh, I think I can do this. And then I just started doing it.
Just got on stage and.
No, I took a class.
Okay.
Learned how to write some jokes. And then after that joke, I did a showcase, and then open mics, and then open mics getting booked places. And then I found improv a couple of years later. So, yeah.
But Vaughn's stand-up story is pretty cool. He doesn't talk about it a bit, but this guy has opened for Tim Allen.
Oh,
He's opened for
Tracy Morgan.
Jim Gaffigan.
Mm-hmm.
Like some big names just happen to be. Maybe he just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Right place,
but
right
I
time.
think technically if you perform before someone else performs, you technically have opened for them. So there's that.
Yeah. So
I mean, do you guys are you still traveling, or you just settle down into this venue and you're just kind of making a career out of it?
So
or what?
for me personally, I was always working in corporate America. So my background is in marketing. So
Gotcha.
I've worked for JCPenney's, Michael's, Amazon as a creative director for many, many years. While doing that, I also did comedy. That was my hobby.
Yeah, your side hobby.
My side hobby. Well, eventually, I decided I didn't want to do that corporate stuff anymore, and I kind of did it more the comedy. But it started off as a hobby, and then if you want to become really big in stand-up comedy, you have to travel. You have to tour. You have to go to different places. And I had young kids at the time, so the idea of leaving a good corporate job when I have kids to then go do a night at this city and that city for a couple $100 just didn't really add up. So I found myself doing more improv because I could do that locally. I could still feel that need of doing comedy and being on stage, but I could stay locally.
Sure.
And then did that for a while and realized, I could just start my own club, my own thing, and do that on the side. Well, the side basically outweighed the corporate, and that's kind of how the scales tipped.
Beautiful. I think a lot of people would love to be in that same situation, but they don't overcome the fear of giving up that stable job.
It's hard.
So kudos, man.
It's hard, but you
got to have a dream and stick with it, right?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a dream. It just kind of happened.
Right.
It was one of those things where I started doing open mics, and then it's what's next, and then I started booking shows, what's next, and I took an improv class, what's next, and I started teaching improv, what's next, and it just became a what's next thing, and the what's next ended
with your
up,
list,
ended
your
up
fancy list,
with my fancy list.
The three,
cross
just put three
everything
things.
off.
Just put 3 things on the list.
Everything's on there.
As long as they're all 3 are crossed off every day, you're successful.
Yeah.
dude. He had a book. Just to be clear, it was like a diary book.
I still have it. I have a few of them.
Yeah. He made you look bad, Sean. Just get over it.
No, he didn't. I admired it. I
No,
mean,
but I think
I had the same book, but
But it looked like shit.
Yeah, I mean,
There's chicken
well,
scratch
well, I
everywhere.
think- I
Nothing
think-
was like crossed
I
off.
think there was a time where you and I sat down and had coffee, and we just talked about organization
yes,
and things like that. So
and you coached me a little bit.
yeah,
You
it
were
was-
like, stop what you're doing
Yeah.
and do the opposite.
Right.
Because
And
what you
get
got
on-
going on is not
Get on a
working.
Segway.
And look at you now. You have your own podcast. You're
Hey, man.
wearing big
Vaughn-
boy clothes.
This is like my best friends on the planet. I mean, I could not ask for anything better than to do a podcast with my best friends
That's
on the
awesome.
planet. You know,
Vaughn-
and I hear you guys share the same relationship.
Yes,
Vaughn's got 3 kids that are 6 years apart,
5.
5 years
Wow.
apart, and I
Wow.
think his multitasking skills are off the charts because he knows how to like be focused on one thing, but
Yeah.
can still listen to other things that are
Oh,
going
yeah.
on throughout.
That's a lot of balancing to do.
So he'll even tell me like, "Hey, just so you know, your wife said this when you weren't paying attention." I'm like, "Got it, look her up."
Very nice. So you're also a counselor.
And then he broke out his pad and he was like, cross that thing off
Yep.
the list.
Yeah,
I just told
exactly.
Jared.
Yep. Save Jared's marriage.
Check.
Check.
Yeah.
So when were you at JCPenney?
I was a senior art director.
At the corporate here, and
Mhm.
I worked there as well. I was a buyer in the soft home area.
Oh yeah, I worked in home as well. I was in charge of cooking goods.
So the hard side. So yeah, I was in window and bedding and stuff. I left in 2008 though, so I don't know when you were there.
Let's see, I left probably 10, 15 years ago. Or whatever that math is.
Yeah, I started in 1999, 2000. I was there for almost a decade.
Oh wow.
And then I was on the catalog side. And I
Oh
was
yeah.
there
So
when-
I kind of left right when we stopped doing the big book.
Yep.
And started doing more of the small little flyers.
Yep.
So all those flyers, all that photography was my team.
they kind of axed a lot of people when that catalog went away, and I happened to be one of those. So
Oh man.
yeah, so it worked out, but loved the job.
Yeah.
It was fun. Loved the people. It was interesting. So
They're not still
I like
around, are
your-
they? Dumb question, but
JCPenney, yeah, they are.
They're
are
still
they still around?
They're still around. I mean, I think they rent out half of the corporate office. Like they don't
Yeah,
take
they
over
do.
the whole
I think
campus. anymore,
Shaq-
so-
They sublet it.
Shaquille O'Neal purchased a chunk of JCPenney's.
I don't know. It got delisted. I know that. From the
What does
stock
that
exchange.
mean?
It's not on the stock exchange anymore because the stock went below
Below
Okay,
like
so it's
a
not
certain, whatever
below
the
$1.
threshold is.
it's not open to it's not the public shares anymore. It's individually owned.
Correct.
So it's
Probably
out.
by
I
a
guess they went private. Is that what that means?
yes. It's privately owned now.
Oh, okay.
Were you working on pennies when there was that Cindy Crawford
Yeah.
art direction?
Yeah.
issue?
So I actually
Did you work with her?
Yeah, and so I have I have a funny story. So one of my partners who was
Go
also art directing the photo shoot for Cindy Crawford.
Hey, go on.
So she was doing all of the photo shoots for her, and they were doing like bedding, and she had put in notes for the color correction of it, but the color correction team accidentally removed her mole, her beauty mark.
No.
So she thought she was going to get fired because she saw the proof and saw that it was missing. And she didn't get fired because they were able to Photoshop it back in.
Oh yeah, a little-
But the fear,
They
that
photoshopped a mole back
Dude,
in.
just a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Dunk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be
I
surprised.
mean, I got one here.
That's funny. Yeah, because
it's her
imagine
trademark.
she sees it and
It's
she's like,
it's her trademark.
"Excuse me."
It's like getting rid of Marilyn Monroe's, beauty mark. You can't do
Right.
it. It's
You mean
gotta
her
be-
breasts?
What?
Or that, yes.
Oh,
Marilyn Monroe's trademark.
It's hard. It's hard to Photoshop that out.
Well, not nowadays.
It's a lot
you
of
can put it back
photoshopping.
in.
Yeah,
I think you can put it back in. There.
Yeah.
AI is just absolutely insane.
oh, it's ridiculous.
It's crazy. You know,
Yeah.
so is life. Just the evolution of everything we got going on. You know, so
It's going to affect like the far reaches of most people's lives at some point. We'll
So-
see.
I don't know if it's going to impact what you guys are doing. The comedy. You're, I think, AI exempt unless you see something otherwise.
Yeah.
Unless there's holograms on a stage.
I don't
Well, yeah,
trust any of it. I think it can come out for anything at any point, and it's just
Yeah.
a matter of how you stay in front of it or use
Yeah.
it to your
Advantage.
Yeah.
Advantage, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But at least
So-
we know AI does not know how to write jokes yet.
So there is a company that's asking improvisers out there to help train its AI so that it can become an improviser. And all the improvisers are like, "Excuse me? Like that's what we do. We're not going
Right.
to train
Why,
you how to
why
do
would
it."
you? Why
Yeah.
are you cutting your own throat?
all right, sure.
right?
Let me teach you the head bobble first. It's scary because it's replacing a lot of jobs.
It is.
I don't know. So you were at JCPenney's, and let's fast forward to your endeavors. I mean, you went on to, you said JCPenney's, and then you went to the Amazon. I don't know necessarily in order.
Yep. So JCPenney's, then Amazon.
Is it Woot with
It was
Amazon?
Woot.com. Yeah, that was acquired by Amazon, so we became an Amazon affiliate.
That's still around.
Woot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to go to
so.
Woot every single day because it would change every day.
Yeah, it was deal of the day.
Yeah. I used to go out there, and then Amazon bought it, and
It changed.
yes.
It changed.
So I stopped going to it.
Yeah, me too.
It's a place to go to. It's a place.
It's an office. It's a business.
It's not
Okay.
in Richardson or Carrollton or something like that.
Yeah, it's in Carrollton.
Yeah.
Woot.com, where they had basically a deal a day. So it'd be like one electronic that you could get for like dirt cheap, and it was only offered that day, and the next day it'd be a brand new thing.
Right.
Well, Amazon acquired it, and it stopped
There you go.
being that. It stopped being that deal a day kind of thing. So
I'm not sure
Interesting.
this is true, but sometimes when I'm searching for something on Amazon and I'm not ready to buy it yet, it will show up in my
Yeah.
Woot. Like, we'll buy it here instead. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, Woot.
It's absolutely true. I don't know how they're figuring it out, but they're conniving. I mean, I could be thinking about a product and it'll automatically populate on one of my ads.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know how they do it. I was talking to my brother, and just flippantly he said the word Taiwan, and then the next day I had a come to Taiwan in my
You had a mail-in bride?
feed. Yeah,
Yeah.
It showed up at your door.
Well, these phones
delivered by
listen to us.
Amazon.
Yeah, these phones
You're like,
listen to us.
hello.
I
Well, that
know
was
they
the
do.
challenge of working in a comedy club is we'd have all these comics talking about all these different sets, and then our ads would be all jacked up because the algorithm picked up some weird
Oh, yeah.
thing that makes no
Right.
sense. Like,
So the phone's listening. We all know that.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're listening.
We all know that. All right,
Jared, you got to explain some of this negligee stuff that's coming on the ads right now. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Better get a job at a comedy club so I can have an excuse.
So
Sex
job
sells.
safety.
I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No. So I'm just curious. So what is your capacity at the place at the joint? So are you co-founders? You're the owner? Are you? Yeah. What?
So-
talk through
so-
what your partnership is.
So in 2002, I was part of a troupe called Comedy Sports DFW. And the owner of that, the guy who had the license for that, closed. So they closed the doors to the theater. So all those performers had nowhere to go.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So we were locked
I want
out.
to ask about that because I was reading a couple articles, and the term I kept seeing was locked out.
Yeah.
And what were they locked out for? Was it COVID or were they?
No. So back in 2007, this theater, the owner of it said, "Hey, I'm closing the business. I can't do it anymore. You guys are going to be locked out of the theater unless you come on Monday and get all of your stuff, your personal belongings, or you're going to be locked out of the theater because the landlord is taking the keys that day."
Yikes!
So we had one or two performers go to that theater, get everyone's personal belongings, their wardrobes, their things that they had left there. We met at a bar, and then at that bar, we kind of was like, "Man, this kind of sucks that we can't do this anymore because the club is closed."
Right.
And then from that evening, the words "locked out" kept ringing back. So I started Locked Out Productions in 2008.
There you go.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I started producing our own shows. So I started that company in 2008. 2009, Jared auditioned to be one of the performers, and he's been with me ever since.
Nice.
And it was at that point, we were just a nomad troupe. We would just perform wherever there was a stage. So for about 9 years, we would lug equipment around, and eventually I got tired of doing that. So I said, "Hey,
Yeah,
you know
of
what?
course.
Let's open up our own
It's
thing."
heavy.
It's a lot of stuff every weekend.
I was
And the time setting up,
Yeah.
and tearing down,
Setting up,
and-
tearing down, and every place that we went to was different because we're somebody else's space. So
Right.
the chairs
Right.
might be moved, or it might be a
Right.
theater, and behind us is Willy Wonka's set, or
Right. Well, the
sound
acoustics
system,
sucked.
or the sound system's been changed, or it's been moved, or
Right.
now it's in a different room, and we just don't know. So it's just a lot of
And that microphone's not grounded. It's got that stupid buzz.
exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Where's
elements
that
we can
coming from?
elements we can control. So the thought is get our own space. So when I decided to open up a club, we were having our rehearsals at the Addison Improv, and I told the entire troupe, "Hey, in 3 years I'm going to open up a club." And people were like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." But in those 3 years almost to the day, I opened the club, and I approached Jared and another partner and said, "Hey, I'm opening this club. Do you guys want in on this?" And they did. So I'm the primary owner, but Jared has probably the most other percentage of stake, and then we have like one other guy. And we just said, let's just do it. But the thought was we were just going to keep our corporate jobs and do this on the side as a side hustle gig. Did it for 3 years. And what we realized is we opened that space in McKinney. We had just the first floor, 1,500 square feet, and realized that we weren't meeting customers' expectations. Customers would come in and be like, "Oh, McKinney has a comedy club. Awesome." They'd come in and be like, "Okay, can we grab a beer?" Yeah, we don't have a bar or liquor license. You can go to the gas station and grab beer. Great. Can I grab food? Well, we don't have a kitchen. So if you want to go to, you can go to Foxy's and grab
Jared
something
should have
to eat.
been outside with the cooler and said, "There's some guy outside selling beer."
Jared
That
thought
gas
about it.
station loved us, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, the gas station owner actually came over like a couple of years later thanking us for opening because we sent so much business to him. So after 3 years, we decided that we needed to either expand or close. Those are the choices. Because if we didn't expand, another comedy club would come in and be like, "Hey, McKinney looks great. all they have is a small little club here. We can open up a real club,
Right.
serve food, serve liquor, and just kind of push them out. And the space that we were in, the arcade had just moved in, so there was no space to expand sideways. So we decided we were going to expand upwards. So we cut a hole in the ceiling, put in stairs, and
So it's
took over the
currently
second floor.
3 stories.
We're 3 stories now.
We're looking at the building here.
Oh, wow.
So the comedy arena is the bottom level the first 2, and then you went up 1, or
So
was
originally it was just the first floor.
it okay?
So there was so the first 3 years was the first floor. We had like 40 seats. We had a little stage, 2 restrooms, and a green room. And then
We had concessions that we'd serve, just whatever sodas we'd pick up
candy,
from.
popcorn.
But we'd always forget to turn on the ice maker so people wouldn't get drinks. We're like,
So
just
it's
hold on 30 minutes while we make ice from
Yeah.
scratch.
So
For your Shasta.
after 3 years, a lot of wine.
Walmart Cola. Oh, that's funny.
So after 3 years, we decided that if we were going to do this, we needed to do it because we realized that customers we weren't meeting their expectations. They'd come in and be like, "Oh, this is cute. I can't drink anything. I can't," but it's a cute little show. So after hearing that for so many years, we decided, well, we need to either expand or close because that's our
Well,
choices.
you guys have got a lot of irons in the fire over there, and let's be honest. You guys have a great product. I mean, the core value of the comedy arena is a great product, and to complement that, you've added coffee. Do you have the espressos machines? You're doing cappuccinos?
Yeah, we have a full. We can make any kind of coffee you want. We have a full bar, kitchen.
So you got a liquor license then?
Yeah, we've added. So after the first 3 years, then we renovated and we took over the second floor. And then the first floor is now the kitchen, the bar, the lounge, which is what you see there. So
Okay.
So we added coffee, we have beer, wine, we have burgers, wings, anything you could think of, you can order it now. So now we're meeting customers' expectations.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what the whole thing
Turnkey.
was.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the last time we were there, we were able to order everything. Actually, it was. I remember the first time there. It was audio style seating, and I put my drink on the ground next to me, and I don't remember if we had a cooler or not.
Probably.
Yeah,
but
probably.
whatever.
I don't
it was.
remember.
It's Tara and I do remember that. She was kind of grumpy. I don't remember what that was about, but I do remember her being grumpy.
Hopefully she wasn't grumpy after the shows.
Oh no, we always have a good time when we go out there. But the last time we went was awesome. I'm telling you, you guys have a great product. And the fact that
fun.
you're serving the food with the flatbreads and the wings and burgers.
Yeah.
Do you have chicken sandwiches yet?
We had chicken sandwiches, but you stopped ordering them, so we took them off the menu.
You were the only one, huh?
Hey, I'm a huge fan of chicken breast, mashed potatoes,
So
and
you took-
broccoli.
so you
What
took
can I
it off
the
say?
Well, very cool. So after opening up and adding and expanding, what did you see in terms of growth, in terms of volume, like revenue? Did you see a big uptick?
Well, I left out the best part. Our renovation was during COVID, so there was that. So literally after we signed our lease to expand our lease, was it a week, 2 weeks
It was
later?
like it felt like 2 days. I felt like
Unbelievable.
It was literally after I signed the new lease, and like the following week, it was like, "Hey guys, everyone is closing." What do you mean everyone? Well, everyone's closing because of COVID. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, and as we all know how that turned out.
right.
So
Unbelievable.
luckily for us, we were planning to renovate anyway, but the idea was we kind of flip. We'd have shows downstairs during, and then we'd flip.
So
But
what'd you
then-
guys do to offset the lost money? Open
Jared?
up a little brothel?
we took all our shows online. And
Okay.
it was hell for a good chunk of a while. Just, improv is very much an interaction with audience,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
yeah.
So just imagine asking for the audience to type in their suggestions into some sort of
No.
A lot of
chat
Zoom.
feature and then just wait,
that would be tough.
Imagine if misread
And then-
it.
and
No,
then-
She said,
delay for laughs. But we took shows.
put your pants back on. What
I
are you
said
doing?
shit on my face.
We did all of our shows online for a good chunk of time. They were all basically just free shows with donations, essentially.
And Jared came up with a couple of shows. We had Fibbers.
Yeah,
we
we
had-
did a show
Okay.
there. You got to try to see if you can lie and not have Vaughn guess what was truthful.
that was a fun show. We're gonna
Yeah,
try to
you
bring
got to
it
be you got to get creative.
We
in
did
that
a
situation.
lot of game shows. We did a lot of shows with different downtown McKinney
back. businesses.
businesses. Yeah.
There's a lot of talent in downtown McKinney.
Hmm.
Running the open mic show up at Filtered, there's not from the comedic standpoint, but from the musical
Musicians.
side. God bless, man. There were people that coming in, and I was just like, "Who is this person?" And then some were learning and trying to get better at it, and some that we had a lot of rock stars there,
Yeah,
and there
I bet.
were some comedians. And when the comedians started coming out, I was kind of like, pump the brakes. I think we got a shoe in for this part. That's where you guys came over, which was awesome. And thank you again for that.
Yeah, of course.
A
We-
decade later, almost.
We even did a couple of shows outside on the rooftop patio of the space on the third floor. So we took
Cool.
some chairs up there and made everyone sit.
How was that walkway up there?
6'5".
Is it pretty steep to
What do
the
you-
stairs? Or is it
That's
They're just normal
easy
stairs.
walk?
it's patio. It's just right
I,
upstairs.
I mean, but it's on the third floor.
Yeah.
Do I need a
there's-
defibrillator when I
there's
get
So-
up there?
elevator.
So
Yeah,
I
it's
think
not
Oh, there
safe.
is an elevator?
Yeah, so-
It's not
Okay.
safe for Sean.
no. So I don't think you've ever been up there, but there's
No.
actually our rooftop patio is 3,000 square feet.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's 3,000 square feet of open space. So that's where we had our shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Do you still
So-
use it today? Do you
Oh,
have?
we do.
There it is, right there in the
So
middle.
right here in the gray, right there. So that's all our space. That's not. Go
That's
over.
the roof.
Left,
There you go.
Right
There you
there.
go. That space is all open space that we would have shows, free shows.
Do you like walk on the roof or do you have like a little
So
cover on
so
it?
it's not the roof. So these white parts here are the top of the third floor, but this gray part here is the top of the second floor.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
see.
and so they look, they all kind of line the sides and look down into the show.
Nope, that's a patio. So
Oh, I see.
the white is on top of the third floor.
Oh, that's because that's not your space. Okay, I got you.
The gray is on top of.
I don't understand the
second
confusion
floor.
here.
Well, it's kind of just different.
Well, I was kind of envisioning an asphalt rolled asphalt roof. I'm not sure if I'm seeing that right.
It makes
But-
sense to me.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. But I mean, I'm thinking it's cool as hell. I can't wait to go over there and check out the roof.
Yeah,
You know, I
definitely.
imagine it's excellent this time of year too, like right now.
We're actually going to add some more rooftop shows where we have shows outside. People loved it.
I think it's a great idea. Yeah.
So I think like my wife has the perfect personality to participate in the shenanigans at the Comedy Arena. Paul has the perfect personality to participate. Them two together,
Oh.
you know, when they're kind of nuts. I would love to do it. I'd love to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, getting up there, just have some fun. You know, because I think I've been up on the stage once, and I was kind of like, I was so nervous. I was like, I don't even know what I said. I just failed.
We
at it.
teach classes. We got a new one starting the 19th of April. So,
Sounds
you
like
know.
you'd be really well in improv.
Yeah. Well, walk us through those classes. What are they going to make out of me or somebody? I mean,
Yeah.
I
How
mean,
can you fix him?
No. Well, moreover, like someone's raw, they're coming in, and the goal is for them to.
So people take classes for different reasons all the time. They want to build self-confidence. They want to learn how to make up things on the spot. They want to become funny or just feel comfortable. Some people just want to meet new people.
Make friends.
And our classes are designed to kind of meet them at that point of their need, but we'll teach them the skills that we do in shows that have an application for
In the
whether
real
it's on
world.
the stage or off the stage,
Oh,
right?
Nice.
so
like if we're
public
doing a-
speaking.
Absolutely.
Like
absolutely.
Toastmasters, right?
Similar.
Yeah. there you
Yeah,
go.
except you're doing it with a group
Group of
versus
people.
a
Right.
individual speech.
Right.
That's a lot of fun.
I can see that being very applicable for corporate people that are in a leadership position that want to feel comfortable in an informal setting, and they want to be funny, and they want to, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Do you get a lot of those kind of people?
Oh my gosh, we get all sorts of
Oh,
people.
yeah.
We've had CEOs to lumberjacks taking the class.
Right.
You know, it's all over the place.
That's super cool.
It is really cool.
Did you ever see that being a slice of the business?
It is. It currently is.
I know, but did you see it? I mean, when you were envisioning kind of like the improv and the this and that, did you think about classes?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So we were teaching classes back in when we first started. I mean, we didn't have a training center, but we would just teach classes. Like we were teaching classes at the Addison Improv. We were teaching classes at churches. We were teaching classes at youth centers.
Right.
Yeah, we've been teaching classes for
Because
quite
it's
a
also a
while.
great way to get regulars.
Yes.
Now, what we might not have known is we've always known that improv would be a class, but since then we've also taught stand-up, sketch, storytelling,
Acting, voiceover.
voiceovers. We did a cooking class last
Oh, wow.
weekend.
We had an art class.
Art class. Like it's now anything you want to learn.
You got
can be
local
a-
talent that comes in and does the art teaching, I'm assuming.
Actually, I
Hey, look
taught
at-
the last art class.
You have again shocked me with this another facet of your life with your 3D
Well, he was an art
animation.
director, right? At
Yeah.
JCPenney.
Yeah, but I mean, when you see that, you're kind of envisioning someone that's artistically, well, they're going to paint a picture or something like that. He's like took that scope and now he's making these little statuettes of these 3D images. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
to paper mache it, but
They're
wonderful
I
little-
guess if you pull up vondaniel.com, you can see some of the artwork.
It's impressive.
I guess if you pull up this URL.
Well, I mean,
I
if you pull it up, I mean, if you're trying to describe
look,
something,
There he is.
Vaughn, you're extremely talented, and you've got that side of the brain of yours that works very, very well. And I saw these things populate up on the Facebook and Instagram, and you tied in with the that young lady that was on the square. Is it Andrea
Andrew Holmes, yep.
You know, and I've followed her for a long time too. She paints all the birds, and she's such a great person. She doesn't even know me. I'm a blip on the radar, but I've been following her for a long time and been
That's not
cheering
creepy.
her on.
That's not creepy at all.
Well, you know, I mean, there was a time where I needed to go into the place where she was working, where they used to sell frames, and they would print pictures for me for our menu and stuff. So there was that, but she had her artwork, and I always kind of followed it online. I guess it can be perceived as creepy. I don't know. Is it?
It's totally creepy.
Oh my gosh!
But you have a pattern of being like that, so
Yeah.
we get it.
I'm
All right. So during COVID, you took a hit, and then
Well, we
came out of
started
it.
slow. We had the 6 feet rule. We basically had 9 tables in our
Oh, yeah.
space. It was
Oh.
a very slow.
Everyone wearing like big inner tubes, be 6 feet apart.
Yeah, it was just a very
So dumb.
slow intro back into the normalcy. And we just every new month, we're let's put another table in, let's do another table, and just try to see what people's comfortability. We were taking temperatures. Everyone was wearing masks.
Hand
It was just
sanitizer.
the weirdest.
talk about creepy. People standing there with that white gun, right? The
Well, I
temperature gun.
think ours might have been
Yeah,
yellow, but
you
yeah.
guys ever experienced that? You walk into this venue and people sitting there
Yeah, we were those.
shooting you
We
with
were
a-
that
We were
venue
those
for a
people.
while.
We were
We
those
had to
people.
be.
so weird.
And
Now,
then
was there anybody kind of policing that, or is this
It was
the
us.
customers themselves would?
Well, it was us, but we were also we wanted to be sensitive to the customers because
Right.
we're asking them to now come out, come sit in this room, come be in this space. So we
Right.
wanted them to feel comfortable, so they would want to come out.
Right.
Yeah.
If we didn't show any care, they would be like, "Ugh, these guys don't care."
Well, and the performers too,
Sure.
right? The performers want to know they're performing for an audience that they feel fairly safe with because they're
Right.
also
everyone's
unmasked.
sanitized.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people have their opinions about COVID, and I mean, it turned out everyone's right that it was a farce. But at the time, they'll shut you down. I mean, and Tom Cruise, he was on his set, and he's spending millions of dollars to film this stuff, and he was like, no. Everyone needs to follow the rules. And one of those guys didn't have the mask on. And he was kind of like, look, I don't care if you believe it or not. And he even admitted, said, I don't even believe it, but you know what? We have to follow these rules A, B, and C. Otherwise, we got to shut the whole thing down. Because
to the loss of tens of millions of dollars,
yes.
right?
So it doesn't matter what you think.
Don't take the chance.
yeah,
It's you gotta follow the rules. And so that's respectful that you guys did that.
Yeah. Smart. We're smart business.
Yeah.
So he's just slowly we're trickling in new tables and chairs one at a time until eventually we kind of got back to capacity. But it's always been something, right? Like shortly after that, they built a parking garage, and that took business. I'm like, okay, well, now we got to deal with people can't park near our space. So it's always been this new hurdle that we get to deal with.
Right.
But the improvisers in us kind of figure out, okay, well, that's a new thing.
that's
We'll
what's
just figure
next,
out how to
yeah.
work around
Another challenge.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Another thing to cross off the list.
That's right.
yeah, another box.
Now is everything
Yeah.
kind of running smooth for the moment right now?
Yeah. How are things now?
Well, I mean, we're not at war, so there's that. The world is different. I mean, I could just say that the world is different. People are kind of holding onto their dollars a little bit more than they were before. I think there's been a decline in alcohol sales nationwide.
Correct.
Less
Yep.
people are drinking, so that's one of our revenues. So it's people are going out less. So I mean, we're not doing great. We could use more people to come out to the Comedy Arena located in downtown McKinney off of East Virginia. But we're still open.
Gotcha.
We're still in business.
And they
We're
should,
still
man.
open.
It's fun.
Yeah, we're
It's
still
good
open.
stuff.
It's good. It's good levity.
And it's different. It's different than other entertainment that people, I think, typically go to, right?
Well, it's
I don't think they
it's,
understand
it's live entertainment, right?
Right.
It's not going to a movie. It's not bowling. You're literally watching other people on stage,
Right.
literally trying to make you laugh.
Well, also our space is not like any other comedy club that people might be used to. Like we don't pick on people. We don't heckle the audience. We try to make it accessible and enjoyable to those that are there. And I don't know if they realize that that's the experience they're necessarily going to.
Yeah,
always
some of those
receive.
clubs
Sure.
get the reputation, if you don't sit in the front row, you're going to be
You're going to get
pounded.
torn up.
Yeah, we don't have that.
No.
We don't.
Yeah.
We don't have
Some
that.
people,
Right.
it's warranted. If we go, you can pick on us for
Sean,
sure.
Sean, anyway.
Well,
That says the guy who hasn't been back since we were on the first.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I apologize for that too. I feel it definitely warrants me going. Everyone should go out there. I mean, I'm going to add it to our schedule of stuff to do. Out of sight, out of mind. We just
Yeah.
don't travel out that far anymore. Mostly our Fridays consist of shopping for whiskeys Friday afternoon, and then we're usually home by 7, 8 at the latest. With a tiny little buzz, and then we just kind of sit and we're in there for the weekend. And then sometimes we do something fun on Saturdays, or Sunday. holidays.
Yeah.
Well,
We do
we
things all together.
sell whiskey. So if there's a whiskey that you're like, hey, if you guys carried this whiskey, I would definitely come out more. Tell us what it is. Again, we'll put it on the list.
I guess
anything.
it's Garrison Brothers Cowboy.
No, don't buy
Cowboy.
that. But we
No one will drink it but us.
for us particularly for whiskey, for us whiskey guys, there are a lot of people that will like do whiskey and cokes, or whiskey and and mixers. You can basically serve anything. But for me personally, I like to drink my whiskey straight up, no ice, no nothing, and I like it a little stronger. Like this stuff right here, we're drinking the Old Forester Statesman. It's 95 proof. And we're sucking this down. We kind of like ours a lot stronger, like 115, 130, like really strong.
Don't waste your time.
Something that burns a little bit when it's going down.
It will,
Yeah.
but that's the whole thing. Is that when you have a lower proof one, you can drink it more, and when you have a higher proof one, you sip it more. And so there's the big difference. You're not, if you shoot it, well, there's where a lot of problems come from, But if you just sip it, you can enjoy the taste a little bit more. It's supposed to complement things going on.
I wouldn't suggest getting 130. I'd say 110, 115 at the max.
Some of that.
If you get one of those.
If you do get a bourbon fan that wants to sip on, something that's rich, what we're finding is the higher the proof.
Chuck's perusing your top shelf up there.
I see Devil's. What is that?
Devil's
River.
Devil's River.
Devil's River.
I see some
He's got a little
champagne.
tequila. Is
Nice.
that Bardstown on the left, or is that tequila? I guess
might
that-
be.
That's a tequila on
It's
the
a
left
tequila.
there.
That little Jim Beam.
Yeah, I think if you go down in your image, you might see some. There's some other stuff. There we go.
Oh,
Is that-
Tennessee.
Is that,
Tito's,
is that
Hennessy.
Zach?
Doers, I think.
I'm intrigued that this is how people look at our menus. Just looking at
Right.
pictures on Google.
Right? You
Yeah.
know, huh?
We spent a lot of time having a specific link for a menu, and you are like, what pictures? Like you're detectives.
Well, we're losers. We recognize
We're
bottles.
total losers. Yeah.
But you know
That's
what?
funny.
It's a big part of what we do. It just as friends, we love going out and sampling different things,
Sure.
and we love going to venues. And let's be honest, 99.9% of the places out there simply aren't just going to have the stuff that we really enjoy. So it'd be inappropriate for us to ask. But if you guys were to add anything, I would say just put something that's a little bit higher proof on there. Hell, you could buy Benchmark, which is super inexpensive. Benchmark, which you probably have as your well drink anyways, right? Benchmark from Buffalo Trace Distilleries?
Nope.
All right, so Buffalo Trace Distilleries makes Benchmark, but I'm not saying get Benchmark. They have a subsidiary under Benchmark called Full Proof. That's 125 proof. I'll send it to you in an email.
Okay,
But it's
perfect.
it's like $20 a bottle, $22 a bottle.
Yeah.
So but it's perfect. It's kind of like 114 Old Granddad.
Old Granddad.
Yeah.
I'd recommend that one. Old
Yeah.
Granddad 114.
But we've had actually a number of different customers who said, "Hey, I really like this type of drink," and we'll get it for them. And then every
And
time
then
they
you never
come
see
in,
them again.
no, they'll come back
No,
in
we have
and they'll
regulars.
finish it up, and then we don't see them again. But afterwards,
But I mean, you got hold on. So you guys are right next to the cigar shop down the street,
Well,
right?
not right
far,
next to, but yeah.
I said Fogo de Chao. What is
We're
it called again? Fuego.
And
El
Fuego.
Fuego.
El Fuego.
So, I mean, they don't sell alcohol there, right?
no,
They
they're
do not.
BYOB, I believe.
So, aren't you allowed technically to sell someone a beverage, and aren't they allowed to walk out the door and down the street?
Well, theoretically, all in theory, because we all share the same roof. It's all under the same roof.
But I thought the
that's
TABC
technicality.
laws in downtown McKinney was a open. You can
carry.
walk out with a beer or a
Sure, you
wine.
can walk out with the beer. So if one of their customers walks over and buys one and walks back, that's perfectly fine. But they can't place an order and I walk over there with it.
No, but they can go over to your house.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. I mean, it just seems
Yeah,
like,
it's open container as well too, so they can purchase it and walk over.
so they can go over to you and walk it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. is
But
you're
what were
looking
you
for
what were you
business.
saying about a shared roof? Where were you going with that?
So when you have a TABC license, if you're under the same roof in the building, because usually they assume it's just one roof, one building, but it's one building with multiple tenants.
So it's almost like a loophole.
Kinda.
Yeah, but downtown McKinney's unique because you can buy a beverage
Right.
and walk out the front door. It wasn't always
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
open
Yeah.
carrier or whatever.
So does
That's-
that mean
that's-
Infuego could start carrying liquor because you have the license?
No,
No.
because they still need to have there's other things they still need to
Gotcha.
do.
Yeah, TABC is based on occupants, on how much you have, how much money they pay.
And they
is
also
based on
have-
their occupants.
They also you have to serve food.
It's a food requirement as
You
well.
have to serve also. Have to serve.
That's
It
right.
just seems like an avenue for money because there's a lot of people that go to Fuego all the time.
People like to smoke.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't. I haven't really smoked a lot of cigars lately, but there was a time I really enjoyed smoking cigars. The ship has kind of sailed a little bit. You know, I go on there.
I think it's a once in a blue moon type of thing. It's fun to do.
Yeah, just when I wake up the next morning, I'm like, oh, this is what
babies
is going
and
on here?
weddings. Babies and weddings. Save the babies and weddings.
That's
Pretty
why I like
much,
the
yeah.
little tiny. They got little tiny.
Cigarillos.
Yeah, whatever they are. Magnetos. Oh my god, I almost said. I don't know. I want to say magnetos, but I know it's not. I know there's some people listening right now. Shout out to Larry Hokai. He's probably giving
Like a
me shit
Swisher
right
Sweet
now.
he's
kind
gonna
of a
give you
thing.
shit.
No,
for
not a
sure.
Swisher seat, but something similar. Magneto. Whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm just giving up on it. But
All right, so what
I
is
think you lost a sponsor just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost our sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When-
the sponsor.
Go to the sponsor.
Yeah. So what do you have new coming up?
As far as the club goes,
Yeah, the club.
What are we working on? That
well, I mean, first of all, how many days? Not first of all, but how many days are you open a week? I mean, specific days.
like 4 days right now.
4 days, and of those 4 days, I mean, is this reservation only? Can you show up at the front door?
Yeah, so you can buy tickets ahead of time online, and you can also buy tickets at the door when you show up. We're looking at doing more, Vaughn mentioned outdoor shows, more late night shows, maybe shows that start earlier in the day, trying to figure out where, be there and accessible when people are ready to be entertained.
Yeah,
Sure.
So there was also, I recall before, and you may still have it in place. You have a style of comedy that gets a little bit darker for adults as the later the day gets, I guess. Like the earlier shows are more kid friendly versus the later shows. They may drop some bad words. I don't even know what that means.
Well, I'll say that there's probably not going to be a show that happens at 5 that's going to be
Correct.
dropping F-bombs, but that doesn't mean that the 7 o'clock show is going to be for all audiences
yeah.
either. So most of our shows will have some sort of rating that let people know what they're getting into.
Yeah, you're
But
expecting an adult audience.
Although I will say most of the time it's the audience that makes that show go
They do.
wherever it's going to
Oh,
go.
right.
Okay.
Because it is suggestions.
That's right.
We don't dictate what they say. So
So are there rules?
No.
I love
mean,
it.
I mean,
No.
there are rules for like comedy, for like the comedy sports show. That's very specific. That show will not go blue because it's a licensed type of show. So
Yeah.
we license it from an organization, and there's like 30 of them worldwide. So that specific show.
Oh, I see.
So that specific show,
There's some rules.
you will not have any cursing or profanities. That's like our staple HR friendly. You will not hear anything from the audience because we'll even tell the audience, hey, you got to keep it clean for this.
Okay.
Yeah. But the other shows, it's like
Wheels off on the other shows.
wheels off.
And you guys do when you're doing the show? Do you do live streaming?
Not live streaming. Mainly because who's going to turn that camera on? We recorded so many shows and we forget to turn the camera off, and we have so much footage of like the staff cleaning
up
the
the-
space, and it's just
Yeah.
Who's that
You
guy puking in the corner?
yeah. I got this giant gigabyte file that I don't know what to do with.
Yeah, you need like a college kid, right? That's like his job is to turn the camera on and turn the camera off.
Yeah.
I need an intern.
An intern. There we go.
And also, improv is kind of the art form is like you got to be in the room when it happens, right? Because
Right.
it's the energy of the people,
Yeah.
it's the suggestion right then and there. It's like everybody feels like they're in on the joke because they're experiencing it together. And for whatever reason, that doesn't really capture great on film because things might happen in the room that people
It
are
doesn't
watching
pick up.
it. They're like, why are they laughing? Like, I don't understand. They're not part of it. So stand up, great. It's easy. One person just talking, telling jokes. That's easy to film and people to actually understand. But improv, we've found it's been a little more of a challenge
Sure.
to watch it after.
Now there has been one show that we've been filming once a month. It's called this Can't Miss This, and that's been happening once a month, and we've been filming that. And that's like a stand up and improv and like a variety show of sorts. That's been really fun.
Okay.
But it's filmed, but it's not filmed live for anyone to consume at that exact moment.
So quick question.
Sure.
Kind of thinking back on your career. Has it always been home runs when you're up there on stage, or have you gotten up stage and you're just like, wow, this is a tough night?
yes.
Like not one laugh at all.
You're just like, oh,
So Jared and I, we have a 2-man show that he and I do together, and we've been doing that show for quite a while now. We've had audiences where it was literally Jared and I on stage and 2 people sitting in a chair,
Oh,
and we do an hour show
oh.
of improv, meaning I need to get a suggestion from someone in the room,
right.
either one of you. So
And they're like, yeah, we just want to watch.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, we've had those nights, and we've had nights, and
Is that
Actually-
where Jared will jump off the stage real quick, run out there, be like, and make a suggestion, then run back on the stage?
Yeah, but I
should have
mean,
done that.
but
You should have given free drinks if they talked.
At the end of it, it wasn't that
That
bad.
woman did
it wasn't
not
that
need
bad of a-
any more
yeah, it
drinks.
wasn't
That
bad of a
turned
show.
into she sat in both our laps and the show was over within 40 minutes. It was like, oh boy, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
now
like-
a Q&A session
It's
at this
like,
point.
it's like we're done.
Yeah, the late shows where you need to show up. Apparently.
I don't know if that's covered under your general liability.
And we've had shows where we've had sold out audiences and the energy is just great. So it's like playing a sport, right?
Hit and miss.
Right.
You're not going to win every single game you
Sure.
play. Some games you're going to crush, and some games you're just going to eat it, and it's just part of it.
But we
But
try
you-
really
but you shake it
hard.
off,
We
right?
try
I mean-
really hard, regardless of how many people are in the audience, that they're going to get a really good show.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, you're absolutely right. We shake it off and we move on to the next.
Right.
Most of the time, as soon as the show's over, Vaughn and I are back to like, okay, are the tables clean?
Yeah,
What's
did we-
the show?
what's going on in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Did they close
Are
the
we
kitchen
ready to
yet?
get ready? It's like just go into boss mode immediately afterwards.
Is it though? Do you revive that energy every single show? I mean, I've done some things in the past for as far as like hosting karaoke, DJing, being in front of people, talking.
LeBear.
It's always LeBear dancing.
That
Oh
was
yeah,
a big hit.
God bless.
Big hit.
They call me Magic Sean. They were like, "Where'd it go? Where'd it go?" But then, you got to get that wind that takes you up there. And for me, I know this doesn't float with for everybody. For me, sometimes the included double shot of espresso and Grand Marnier, but that's not going to work for everybody. And frankly, it's not very healthy for you. But you guys are doing it day in and day out. There's got to be a healthy way to do that. Is it just natural?
So for me, it's just a muscle. It's like I get on stage, I'm working, I'm doing the funny stuff, and when I get off stage, I'm not working. So it's
Flip the
not.
switch.
Yeah, it's not a. I need to do this thing. Do I need a shot of? No, it's just you
Right.
just get up. The lights are on. There's audiences giving you feedback. You just get up and you just do it.
Yeah, I think when you
Nice.
realize like someone's paying money for this, you just don't phone it in. You figure out how to
Yeah.
muster that and
Yeah.
you bring it.
You don't have a choice.
Exactly. Yeah.
You go to
You're
work.
bringing a product, and
Exactly.
it better be a good one.
Exactly. Yeah.
You go to work.
Yeah.
And those that don't, we see that and we go, okay,
You don't play.
put that
anymore.
on that list and be mindful of that sort of thing.
Right. So do you do an amateur night?
We do. We have open mic on Tuesdays. Actually,
And-
we have one tonight.
There's one night.
One tonight. Yeah.
And so what kind of stories can you share from that? Is it sometimes they just totally bomb? Like most of the time, do they totally bomb and you make them feel better? Or you try to pick them up and get the crowd going, or like
So our open mic, we have our. It's on Tuesdays. It's tonight. So we have an open mic downstairs in our lounge area, and on the second floor we have improvisers doing an improv jam, which is like an improv. It's an open mic version for improv. A lot of new comics that come out and do stand up with us, we try to encourage them because
yeah,
they're
It's nerve-wracking.
yeah, they've never done it before, and so usually if somebody's doing it for the first time, we announce it's their first time. Everyone cheers for them. We
people
try
are
to support them,
gracious about it.
even if they're not good, because they're not going to be good.
It's kind of like karaoke. When somebody's a horrible singer, you have all the people clapping for them
Yeah.
and cheering them on. And,
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're not
Some of
good,
it's
you're not
just
good.
showmanship, just getting up there and doing it, and the muscle memory, and jeez.
Well, I
I don't know if
admire
I
the
could do
folks
that.
that could get up and do that because, like I said, I don't think I could get up and do that. And
Yeah.
I think that'd be one of the most difficult things to get up there and do a stand-up routine in front of who knows how many people based off of all of your material.
Well, I would say come take our class.
Yeah.
Vaughn teaches the stand-up class,
I
so
teach
you're in
that.
good hands.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I think the muscle memory you related to it is also very, very true. I mean, when you start doing something over and over, it becomes a little less
Yeah. It just clicks.
Less
more
intimidating.
cumbersome. Yeah.
So has
The
anybody
thing about,
gone?
The thing about the
Yeah.
open mics is you got comics that have written a joke, but they don't know if it's funny yet.
Right.
And they're not quite sure even how to deliver it so it can be funny.
Yes.
And I'm sure everyone's heard a joke that you don't think is funny, but for some reason you'll retell it to somebody else as if your delivery is going to make that joke even better, but the content's still pretty crappy.
I got a story
Yep.
regarding what you just said. There were some younger kids that were up at Filtered, and they were about to go to the Comedy Arena, and they're sitting up there, and they got their drink, and they've got a pad and paper, and I know what they're doing. They're writing down jokes to tell,
Oh,
and they're sitting there
a little late
practicing.
in
They're
the game
talking to
if they're going
themselves.
to be.
No, they're grooming it, tightening up a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit, and because I knew some of them because they're regulars, they come in and they would like try to say something to me, and it was just kind of cool. It's a different mindset, and I got to admire that. I mean, you're putting yourself out there because if it's not a boom boom.
Oh, it's not
It's-
easy. It can't be easy.
Yeah, but
So, has anybody walked in up there and been the first time ever, and you guys have been like, "Wow, this guy's a natural"?
No,
Because it's hard.
no, it's not. So being funny and doing stand up aren't always hand in hand, right? So you can have somebody who's like the class clown and they're funny at work and they're hilarious. Well, they're hilarious and they're funny because the people that they're making laugh are people that know them. It's their friends, it's their
Right.
families, it's their coworkers. They already have a personal attachment to them.
And there's history they're drawing from in
Yeah.
terms
Exactly.
of context.
Exactly. So if you are a random guy going on stage and you think you just told a story at work and everybody thought it was hilarious, and you're going to tell that same story in front of an audience that doesn't know you, it's not going to work. It's not. It's not going to land. So a lot of times we have students that come and they go, well, my friends and my family tell me I'm hilarious, so I'm going to crush this class. And then I go, well, your friends and family think you're hilarious because they know and love you. Strangers don't give a fuck about you.
Everybody hates you here.
They don't care about you. they're basically there for you to prove to them that you're funny.
Right.
Right.
Well, your friends and family, they've known you for years. They're going to laugh at you say
Yeah.
the silliest stuff.
Sure.
And the hardest thing for me as a teacher of teaching stand-up is my students will see celebrities on stage and say, well, the celebrities did their jokes this way and people laughed. And then I have to remind them, well, they're celebrities. So they spent years in your house on sitcoms, in movies. You feel like you know them because you've seen
They have a head start.
You've seen them somewhere. You've seen them in movies. You've seen them on TV. So you feel like you know them. So of course you're going to laugh at the random stuff. But then I say, go back 30 years ago when they first started doing stand-up, when they knew no one and they had no show. They were writing setups, punchlines, tags, all the things that they don't want to do now. They just want to, do crowd work.
Be themselves.
They just want to do crowd work and just talk to the crowd, but they don't know how to do that yet because they've never done it before.
Years ago, we had this female comic come to open mic, and she was really young that her mom actually took her to the open mic. And that was like a couple of weeks her mom and her would go, and she'd go up and tell jokes, and it was cute. And then her mom stopped coming. It was just her. And all of a sudden her attire changed and her set changed. And it was way more adult and way more like risque. We're like, whoa, who's this person who has gone on and now is just super, really talented, really funny. But at the time we were like, whoa. It was just funny seeing that transition of mom takes me to mics. Now she's gone. Now I'm transitioning to become my own person, find my own voice.
Right.
And I think a lot of them are trying to figure out their own. Yeah.
So
I think a lot of them are still trying to figure out their own voice and what their jokes are and what their point of view is. And
what's cool is we get to watch that growth because we are like investing into the local comedians to try to see how far we can help them go. So, being open for 9 years, we've seen people from year one to year now and like, oh, wow, they're doing other shows in other places now. That's kind of cool.
Has anybody made it kind of semi-big or big or...
Chuck,
or
pull up the cocktails again. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Semi-big.
like who would you be...
Well, we had... I feel weird dropping names. We had our very second New Year's Eve show. We were still downstairs in our 40-seat space.
Yeah.
And we had booked a comic to do the New Year's Eve show. And the night of, he says, I'm so sorry. I can't come. My wife booked us for this other event and I can't do your show. We're like, what do you mean you can't do our show? He's like, don't worry. I found you a replacement. And we're like, well, we had no choice. We just have to do this.
Yeah.
So the replacement came in and he killed it. He was fantastic. He was unbelievable. We were like, oh my God, this guy's like really something. That guy turned out to be Ralph Barbosa, who is like headlining all huge clubs all over the place. He's had a Hulu special. He's got, he was on HBO. And
so he knew he was an up-and-comer.
I don't know if he knew at the time. I don't know if he knew.
Nobody
No.
knows.
I'm talking about the guy who came in.
No, I know. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying but it's really cool to see we had a very, very small piece in this guy's comedy journey.
Absolutely.
And now he can, he's been on Fallon. It's just been really, really cool. But also somebody who can kind of come out of the Dallas scene and make a name for themselves is just also really cool that this scene has something for others.
I mean, that's what you want for everybody that comes in there, right? I mean, to have fun and explore. I mean, they might have a career out of this or just have a repeatable process of more fun.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've been really fortunate to work with some people who have serious credits to their name, come to our club.
Love it.
And, it's been really pretty great.
As a whole, not just for the comedy arena, but for all comedy venues out there, is there a decline on participation?
Audience participation or
just
performance?
Just the success of the show, of the establishments. Are there more? Do you think that the venues themselves are becoming less people going out. Like people aren't going out. To the
Well,
movie
here's
theaters as
what
much.
I think a lot of comedians have figured out how to create different spaces for them to have a stage to share their material. I mean, podcasts have picked up majorly over the
Yeah.
past couple of years. People are putting on shows in backyards or garages or, different unique
Bars.
experiences.
Sure.
That the comedy club venue itself might not be what it used to be. It used to be the only way you get a comedy specials, but Comedy Central, HBO, you get 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Now you
Right.
can film yourself wherever, put it up on YouTube,
Yep.
and get millions and millions of hits.
Yeah.
So,
well, we're looking
Right.
for that Hawk Tua moment.
Yeah.
right. Or that's a great point. Social media has changed the game where everything now is a 7-second to 30-second clip. And now
Right.
a lot of clubs will hire that, the TikTok YouTube star who everyone knows for their 20, 30 seconds. And then it's like, oh, we actually want you to do an hour worth of material.
Right.
It's like,
And then
And
they
they're
run
like-
short.
yeah.
All I say is Haktua.
Right.
That's all I got.
I think it's not. I think that there's just more opportunities for people to now perform than there have been in the clubs, not as what it used to be, like it was before.
That's my point. Is that
Yeah.
it's kind of scary to see that gloom in the back because I don't know. I hope it's not a trend. And I kind of hope that I was kind of happy to see some of the Star Wars miniseries or movies that are coming out. That's not going to go straight to Disney. That's going to hit the movie theaters first. Because I think it's bad for the movie theaters out there that aren't getting any business. There are some people that go religiously on some of these, but the grand picture, the big picture of these movie theaters is that it's starting to go downhill. They're making a lot of money, but it's not in the movie theaters.
We talk about that a lot though, because a lot of theaters where they struggle is the fact that it's like a 15 bucket of popcorn. That's just hard for people,
Yeah,
right?
the
is.
cost of going to see a movie, taking a family is not a
Yeah, I mean, God
cheap
bless.
affair
when it's
anymore.
$80
It's $100 now.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
$80 for a
ridiculous.
family
So-
of 4.
Yeah,
So it's like for them to are they somewhat responsible for what happened to them, or is the experiences now that people create movie theater experiences in their own
yeah.
homes?
Right.
I have this media room. I don't think we take my boys and we'd see like the Toy Stories and when they were small. We'd go see those in the theater, but everything else, we'd probably go twice a year to go see a movie. Because we had this room here, we had a 120-inch screen up there, and
Ooh.
You're
we
at
didn't
home.
need. I'm at home.
Yeah,
One of the boys would be like, "I need to use the restroom."
What an
Pause.
a-hole.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A big old sound system in here. And thank you, by the way, for letting us commandeer this, the Dudes Like Us podcast here.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, the TVs these days are ginormous
And cheaper.
and cheaper.
And cheap, for sure.
The sound systems and everything. You get movie quality sitting in your living room these days. Now,
But the other
I still think going to the theater, there's an essence to it that you can't get at home, right? Yeah, the screen is ginormous. It's still
It's an experience.
an experience, a little bit better.
Oh, yeah, the sound booming.
Yeah, but
But then they dumb it down by not turning. Then they make it so damn hot in there. You're like, can you please turn the air conditioner on?
right. So now my wife and I maybe go see. I think our last movie we saw in the theater was that last Top Gun. No, actually, she wanted to see Wicked, so we saw the Wickeds in there. But we see maybe one movie a year.
I don't know if the movie theaters are as much in trouble as much as comedy films are in trouble.
That's,
Oh, really?
I agree with that. There seems to be a lull in comedy films.
What,
So-
meaning
so-
they're not making
so
them, or
what
they're
you
not
s-
successful?
What used to happen is they'd make these comedies and they'd spend whatever they'd spend, but they'd make most of their money on the DVD and Blu-ray sales afterwards.
Right.
Well, no one's buying DVDs and Blu-rays anymore because it's all being streamed and what have you. So
Right.
now they can't make their money back, so they're not making as many comedies like they used to. And a lot of the comedies they're making are going straight to the streaming service. So the big movies you get are your Marvels and your Oscar
Your
stuff.
big
and-
action.
Exactly. So because the comedy piece is now, we're training people to watch comedies at home, whether it's on their streaming service or on their mobile device. So that's now that potentially impacts the comedy club scene. So it's like, but this is different. This is live. This is,
Totally different.
to your point, like it's more fun to laugh with people than just like, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's how you essentially are
Well,
responding.
laughing is infectious. It's infectious.
Oh, for sure.
People love. I love laughing. It's a great part of my life. I can't wait for some fantastic new comedy to come out. I mean, right now we're limited to Will Ferrell. With the next
Is he
movie,
still
he's
around
gonna-
doing anything?
He does something every 6 weeks.
Yeah,
you
but look
know?
at Will Ferrell. A lot of his movies have been on the more serious side.
That's
lately,
true.
You know, he's figured out like to stay relevant. It's more of a where's the drama that's happening for that stuff.
Yeah, the slapstick
Yeah, like
humor they've had with
Well,
the old
Elf is
SNL.
different, but-
Yeah, the SNL
Well, that was also 20 years
skit
ago.
style stuff.
Yes.
Who are the big
It
comedy
was.
stars now in movies? Who is it? I don't think Will Ferrell's really it anymore.
Comedy stars.
Yeah, like the
People
Will
known
Ferrell,
for their
the Eddie Murphys, the folks like that.
Well, those
Yeah, I
those
mean-
guys are now, as to Jared's point, they're not really doing straight up comedies anymore. They're
Right.
doing it's like a movie that has humor in it, but it's not comedy.
Maybe Jack Black, I think, is still figured out how to
Yeah.
like
And you're Kevin Hart.
cross to like
Kevin
be
Hart,
relevant for every generation. Like my kids know him as Bowser, right?
Yeah.
Or Minecraft, but there's still people that
Right.
know him as, you know, School
He's-
of Rock and some other
he's very talented.
super talented. Yeah.
He's just crazy. I mean, stuff, even like his little dances. I'm like, dude, you're a butterball. Looks just like me, and you're freaking kicking your foot up like that. What the heck is going on with you?
You know, I think a good example is Chris Pratt. You know, he was comedy on Parks and Rec,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and look what he's doing now. He's doing all the action films.
Right.
now.
Right.
Well, there's a
But
lot of
not-
money
but not,
in it.
but not doing comedy though.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
But you got Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, Eddie Murphy. You know, it's the
Those are the old ones.
Carol, Seth Rogen, Melissa McCarthy, Kevin Hart, Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson, you know, hell, he had an episode where I think he tried committing suicide or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
Suicidal or something. Whatever. I mean, look, these guys all have their own stuff going on, but I mean, I miss that type of humor that's coming
Yeah,
out
sure.
in a lot of these movies, and I welcome it to come back.
So I have one more question for you guys.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
This one.
Just one. So we went through a cancel period, right? You couldn't say this, you couldn't say that, or you were going to get canceled. Did that affect anything? I know that affected probably the more bigger stand-up guys, right, on TV, right? They had to be careful about going here or going there in terms of things to say. But did you guys see any of that in a smaller club, you know, where with a small audience, probably not, but
I mean, maybe
does that make sense? What I'm asking?
you got to.
We've had audience members that are not. Sometimes weren't happy with the content of something, but we don't know where people's triggers are, or what the line
Yeah,
is, or
right.
anything like that. We're not going out of our way to offend, you know, anybody. I
Or
think there's-
police anybody saying anything.
Yeah,
Right.
that's also
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? There were stand-ups that were like, yeah, we can't say the jokes that we used to because people they get canceled.
Yeah, I mean, it stretches, you know, race, politics, gender,
Politics
you know,
is a huge one.
yeah, I mean,
You can't make jokes about some of this
we
stuff.
we
anymore.
talk a lot about politics, but we try our best to not make it a left or right issue, more of a policy-driven one, because it's so polarized.
I think the joke, it depends on how the joke is made. Often, sometimes those jokes are
And where
people
it's coming
literally
from.
punching down on people.
Yeah, they're hating on somebody.
Exactly. And that just feels just.
That's not necessary.
It's easy. It's not funny. And I think they get upset that people are like, that's not a funny joke. And like, oh, you're telling me what to do and what I can't say. Well,
Freedom
now
of
I'm.
speech.
It's
Right.
like, okay, well, hold on. It wasn't funny to begin with. Don't get upset that you're not being liked because your joke wasn't good.
Right.
So,
And half the crowd may think it's funny, half the crowd's offended. You know what I mean?
oh, for sure.
That's how polarized
Exactly.
we are.
Exactly. I don't think we've saw anyone get canceled in our community for a joke they've told, but maybe there's been just dumb behavior that's like, come on, that's dumb.
We don't get naked on stage.
Not
We do
anymore.
not.
That's
That's just not something you guys condone, right?
No naked on stage.
Well, we haven't told anyone not to.
That's not part of the class.
Well, I mean,
No.
in the improv, we've had a
You
lot
don't
of
teach that?
pantomiming.
now that they
That's
figured
true.
out that the cameras are always
Yeah.
rolling.
There's a way to get naked, and there's a way not to get naked.
Well,
and
and
your class goes over that, doesn't it?
We do actually. In improv, we do about space work where you pretend to take off your clothes, but don't actually take off your clothes.
Yeah, but that's like level.
I said don't actually
level
do
four.
it.
It's like level 4.
Level
You got to
4,
work
yeah.
your way up to
Oh my
pantomime that
gosh.
stuff.
It sounds fun. I'm gonna commit to attending more over there. I
Yeah,
don't even
we're
know
gonna
how-
do it. We're gonna do a dudes like us outing for sure. We should
set
do
it
that.
up. We'll get the whiskey gang to go along and probably try to make it a kind of a regular thing because you guys offer a lot. And to get up there,
I wonder if
both.
that's at our detriment sometimes that we offer so much that it sounds almost made up. Like, oh, we do shows. Oh, we do classes.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do private events. Oh, you can hire us for corporate team building and training. Oh, we have a food and drinks. And it almost sounds like
It's overwhelming.
Well, it's
Well,
an arena.
exactly.
It's the
exactly.
Coliseum of comedy.
That's right.
I mean,
That's right.
you guys envelop a lot, and it's there's a lot there, and
No, but I get sensitive to that, like trying to communicate everything we do, and it's like I've stopped reading. You had me at the comedy and lost me at the arena part. And now I don't know how to keep getting all that information.
But I'm sure you guys have seen that it's a progression, right? Somebody goes to the show, and they're just an audience member. They see how fun it is. They see like normal people doing it, and they get interested. And then the progression is, okay, I want to try this. I want to do, and then you have other things that kind of lead them into doing more.
That is one direction, or the other is they come strictly for the class. They don't even know that we do shows.
Okay.
They just come and say, I want to learn how to do this, and they find us that way. Like, oh, you actually do shows here too? And that's another way.
So we're trying to create avenues for people to actually come into us. So people come into us different directions. Some people come in like, hey, I saw you guys have a coffee shop, the Arena Cafe. What's this? And they walk in like, oh, this is a comedy club? Yeah. Oh, you guys teach classes? So we're just trying to get people in the door. And
some people walk in and go, where's the arcade machine? And we're like, just see how big you can get this POS to get up for you. See how big you can get a high score. Starts by ordering some booze.
What time do you guys open up for coffee in the mornings?
Well, we don't open for coffees in the morning anymore like we used to, but we're thinking of bringing that back. It's our other brand called the Arena Cafe. But, we're trying to keep up with those coffee shops. There's so many downtown, so.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
A lot of competition.
I mean, look, the filtered thing is gone. Both Desert and I are out, so you know what? And it's not a bon voyage, or it's not like, get rid of that. It was a struggle. We really loved that place. We really, really loved that place. And it was just a business decision, and I'm glad it went the direction it went. And, we made a little bit of bucks on the side of it, so God bless it, And I can go there anytime and appreciate what I've done.
Hey, you're not banned.
Well, not yet.
That it's aware of.
No, I'm not banned. I still have keys. I probably need to bring those up at some point.
God.
I probably should have said that on the mic.
Probably not.
Well, guys, look, I hope
Cool.
you stick around for the second half of the Dudes Like Us podcast. Are you guys stick around?
Sure. Yeah.
He's my ride, so whatever he says, I think gotta go.
By the way, I love that ride. It is. I'm
appreciate
telling you,
it.
it is
Thanks.
like he's got pulled up in one of these large vans. You can like sleep in. The ones I always point out.
Like van life?
That's what I want.
Like van life type vans?
Van life.
It's like a Segway, but slightly more giant.
Yeah, it's like a tiny house on wheels.
It's excellent.
We'll have to talk about more because there's probably a story behind that.
Probably.
All right, our Dudes Like Us listeners out there, thank you for listening to our podcast. Check us out on Dudes Like Us podcast on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I always forget, kind of derailed there. TikTok, and we do TikTok. Who's doing that?
Are you doing
Me,
TikTok?
but I have not uploaded in a while.
Oh my God.
All right, well, it's April 7th, Tuesday night. Thank you guys. Chuck, our producer, thank you for staying on top of stuff. Our guests, thank you for the Comedy Arena. You're going to join us on the second half. Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Jared.
I'm Vaughn.